This update brought to you by American Implement. Indebted to the past, committed to the future. In a moment, cattletrace.org is launched in Kansas.
Experience matters. That's why Conestoga Logistics prides itself in having over 40 years of transportation knowledge and skill to serve you and your customers. With a fleet of certified drivers and late model equipment, exceeding their customers' expectations is an everyday goal. Fast, courteous, and professional service with an outstanding safety record. That's what you get when you contact Conestoga Logistics at ConestogaEnergy.com. When you've had a best friend for over 50 years, you develop a trust. And the Scott Co-op has been a trusted rural friend since 1957. A co-op keeps money in the area, doing business for and with their members. And that helps keep their hometown thriving with keeping money in the community. Scott Co-op is not just an elevator. It's the rural way of doing business. So, when you see an elevator, remember your friends at Scott Co-op.
Day and night, till the job is done, Teeter is the one that works for you. Fields of green, reaching toward the sun, Teeter is the one that works for you. Teeter is the one, Teeter is the one that works for you.
Teeter Irrigation, your source for water management.
Would you like to see something done about high gas prices and low unemployment? Western Place Energy in Campus, Kansas is doing something about it. They're a proud part of Growth Energy, America's ethanol supporters, and they employ 38 people and will be adding more following the expansion. Ethanol fuel not only reduces the cost of regular gasoline, it's good for the environment and keeps money right here in the United States while supporting local rural jobs. Western Plains Energy, doing something for the future.
Talking now with Kansas Secretary of Agriculture Jackie McClaskey, the launch of cattletrace.org. Talk about the process to get to the day like today.
Well, I'd say, first of all, for a lot of people here in celebrating today's announcement, it's multiple years in coming. For me, this project really started in 2015 when we were challenged by the Governor's Economic Council to outline a strategic plan to growing agriculture. And as we sat down with feeders and cow-calf folks across the state, they said, Jackie, we really got to talk about traceability, and we got to stop just not talking about it, we got to do something. That then led this fall to a change in the KLA policy, and that policy mirrored what we had put in our growth project that we had heard from folks, that it's time to really talk about a traceability system. And bringing those folks together, we talked about a plan and what that could look like and what a pilot project could look like, and then we asked the Kansas legislature and Governor Collier for support to come up with the funds to fund our share, ask USDA to match it, and we are headed down the road to make this happen.
Okay, so what happens now? It's launched, and so what does that mean?
Right now we're looking for participants. We're looking for participants at each stage in the beef sector, so we need auction markets, feedlots, cow-calf folks, everyone along that chain to sign up and participate in the project. You know, in the worst case scenario, we have to turn people away. We want to have about 55,000 cattle in this pilot project. Once we get everybody signed up, we will begin the process of issuing tags and collecting data on where those tags are, and then utilize the system to test our ability to trace those animals when they move.
What makes this different than other traceability programs that maybe have been started or tried before?
Well, first of all, it's really being led by industry. In some of the cases where there's been a traceability system that's come out, it's really been government saying, hey, this is the way that we're going to do it. Industry, get on board. This is the opposite. Industry is the one that really created the momentum and started it and talked to us and then allowed us to start partnering with them. So that's the first big change. The second big change is that while in the end, you know, someone will have to set policy over voluntary or mandatory, this itself is a voluntary pilot project. So we're not telling people they have to participate, we're asking folks who want to participate. And then I would say the third biggest change is we truly are talking about all cattle and really trying to think about the cow-calf person and how it's going to affect their operation with just as much attention as we are the feedlots.
So what happens at the end of this pilot program? Then what happens? How does it affect the Kansas cattle producers?
Well, and my hope is there really is never an end. This pilot project maybe turns into a second pilot project that turns into a permanent program, and maybe one pilot project and then a permanent program. But I truly believe with the team we have put together that Cattle Trace is here to stay, and I think before too long that it will not be something that is seen as a Kansas project. It will be a multi-state project. In fact, quite honestly, we have states reaching out to us now saying, will you let us participate? So it's pretty exciting.
The cost of everything has gone up dramatically over the last 75 years. With one exception: keeping electricity affordable.
Wheatland Electric, delivering energy for life, your Touchstone Energy Cooperative.
S&S Trailer Sales, with 2 locations in Ness City, Kansas, is where everybody goes to buy or rent trailers. They feature the all-new, all-aluminum Mauer grain trailer with all of the electric options, the easy-to-load detached trailers, and a huge stock of header trailers. At the west location, you'll find bumper pulls, goosenecks, and oilfield specialty trailers, along with flat and utility beds for pickups. S&S Trailer Sales in Ness City and on the web, but remember, you do have to spell out the "and." Wolfter Construction and Irrigation has been around a long time, and a lot of folks have trusted them to design, build, and service all sizes of commercial and on-farm storage for grain and equipment. Wolfter is also known for their outstanding irrigation division, where they stock a complete selection of nozzles, regulators, drops, gear drives, electrical, and structure components. Looking for an electric motor? Wolfter has a large selection in single and 3-phase. Next time, reach out to the pros who have decades of experience at taking care of business the right way. Wolfter Construction and Irrigation. Conestoga Energy is committed to investing in technology in their communities through Inogen Corn, the exclusive hybrid corn specifically bred for use in the production of ethanol fuel. The Inogen Corn reduces energy usage in the plant, pays a 40% premium back to the farmer, and keeps $3 million in the United States rather than going to foreign countries. It's good for American farmers, businesses, and consumers. Conestoga Energy, fueling the new frontier.